If you're homeless, get a job. Said by people who think hustle culture is a replacement for a healthcare system. Said by people who think bootstraps are real. Genuinely. Think I've never actually had a bootstrap, to be quite honest with you. Said by people who have never had to fill out a genuine job application. Seriously. They have no address. Imagine, person has no address, no shower, no phone that hasn't been shut off for 3 months. Think about this. Let's talk about the cruelty of simplicity. The weaponized ignorance behind just. The fairy tale lie we keep telling to make ourselves feel complacent. Because if fixing homelessness was as easy as just get a job, don't you think we would have done it by now? Anyone can make it if they just work hard. Tell that to the guy who slept in 46 parking lots this year. Tell that to the woman with 3 part-time jobs and still no housing. Tell that to the teenager who ran away from abuse and now gets kicked out of the bus from smelling like the reality that we keep ignoring. The American dream is behind a paywall. That's why we love video games so much with pay-to-win mechanics. And homelessness is not a glitch in the system. It's the system doing exactly what it's designed to do. And jobs, they don't fix trauma. They don't print security. They don't appear out of thin air and come with free dental. It's not real. It's not true. It never has been, never will be. This is ridiculous to even think that. All right, you're homeless. Let's say you're homeless right now and you need a job. What do you need to actually get a job? Let's go through a list. You need an address, a phone, a bank account, an ID that wasn't stolen or soaked during last night's rain, a clean shirt, someone to shower, mental clarity after sleeping with one eye open for 6 months straight. Those are the things you need. That's just the beginning part. Address, how do you find that when you're homeless? Hardest part there. A phone, how do you pay a phone bill when you don't have a job? How do you fix that? A bank account. How do you get a bank account when your ID was stolen and that's why you're homeless? A clean shirt. How do you get a clean shirt when you've been sleeping outside the entire time? Somewhere to shower. Where do you shower when you're homeless? Where? And once you clear all that, after you clear every hurdle, you have to explain your employment gap to a manager who thinks unhoused means unmotivated. You have to be presentable. You have to sell yourself as if dignity is something you could just print out on resume paper. And if you're lucky, really lucky, you get $9.50 an hour and told to smile more. And I mean really lucky, by the way. Disgustingly lucky. Take it from somebody who has been homeless more times than he can count. Being homeless is exhausting. Not metaphorically, literally. You're constantly moving, constantly calculating which door won't get you kicked out, figuring out what to do, which cop won't escalate, which person might throw a coin or throw a bottle your way. You have to guard your things for your life because other people will take it, because there's no room to lose what little you have. You eat inconsistency. You sleep even less. And when you finally do land your job, congratulations. Now you got to find a way to keep it while hiding the fact that you still don't have a place to live. That address where they're mailing stuff to, that's somebody's mail you're stealing. You're just stealing someone's mail and looking through and hoping you can get the company card and the company quota that they're supposed to send you, because they're sending things specifically from the company and you're shifting through someone's mail and hoping and praying that you can actually live in this system that is built to destroy you. Here's a fun little riddle. If working hard was all it took to escape poverty, why are so many poor people exhausted? Why do janitors sleep in their cars? Why do Uber drivers live in motels? Why do people with jobs still line up at food banks? Because the system is not broken. No, it's not broken. It was built like this, period. That's just the way it works. The lie is that we're all playing the same game, because some people are born on third base, while others have to build the stadium from scratch just to be let in. That's what happens. And just get a job is the referee yelling from the skybox while people are bleeding on the field. You know what's crazy? We could just ignore homelessness, but we don't. That's not a part of our system to ignore homelessness. We criminalize not having the ability to live. We criminalize it. We outlaw sleeping. We ban loitering. We turn poverty into a personality flaw and then ask why people don't try harder. We turn being broke into a sin and being rich into a virtue. Oh my goodness, Rich means you're a good person. You have more money. You're a good person. You're poor. You're just lazy. You're disgusting. It sucks. And the worst part, we've convinced the struggling that it's their fault, that they're stupid, that they're lazy, that they deserve to be invisible. Because if we admit that the system is rigged, we might have to do something about it. If we admit it, we might actually have to stand up for ourselves. You know what's disgusting right now to me, right? What's really baffling me is we know politicians lie and manipulate and steal and cheat and do underhanded tactics. And in the same breath, people on the right and some people on the left think to themselves, well, it's just this one thing they're lying about. You can still work hard and get a good job. I did it. Look around you when you say I did it. Look at how you did it. Figure it out. You know how I got this apartment I'm in right now? I lied. That's what I did. I genuinely lied. That's what happened. That's the reality of what happened there. I lied about my pay stubs and everything because I wasn't making enough to get this apartment, but I made enough to actually get this apartment because I needed 3 times income to get this apartment, and I did not have that. I had 2.5 times income to get this apartment and no credit. That's what I did, and they didn't check. They just didn't check because I had a big following online. They said, he's probably getting money somewhere else. He's fine. This is great. I got lucky, disgustingly lucky, because the pedigree of online gobbledygook. That's what happened. Not everybody is that lucky. I was lucky to get my first apartment. My first apartment was $900. I was working at Walmart at $10.50, and I did not have enough for groceries every month. And my electricity bill with my internet was horrifyingly so. It was disgusting. I had to pay for travel, my car insurance, my car payment. I had to pay all that. And I ended up going over my budget every month, even if I didn't eat. Think about that. We'll just get a roommate. Shut up. Here's a radical thought. This is going to sound crazy. What if we stopped treating survival as a reward? Huh? What's the fuck? Crazy, right? What if we stopped treating survival as a genuine reward? What if we stopped doing that? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be fun for us if we just could stop doing that to us, to our people, as a genuine thing? It's a privilege to drive. It's a privilege to have a job. What if people didn't have to earn a right to exist comfortably? Ever consider that? What if housing was a human right? What if dignity didn't require a W-2? Compassion isn't weakness, it's survival. It's the glue that holds society together. When the scaffolding of capitalism starts to crack, you don't fix homelessness with jobs. You fix it with homes. Then, and only then, can people actually start rebuilding their lives. If you're homeless, just get a job. It's not advice. It's a shield. A way to feel better about looking away, because deep down we all know that could be us. That could be anyone. And maybe the most human thing we can do is stop pretending that success equals worth and start asking why we're okay with letting people suffer in the first place. I ask you something. What's the most broken part of the system you've personally seen up close? I'm just curious. And please remember,
I'm your nigga night, be my lower low. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. I love the ride when you're free.